Have you ever wondered why airplanes have a speed limit below 10,000 feet? It's a fascinating question, isn't it? You might be surprised to learn that yes, there is indeed a speed limit for airplanes when they're soaring beneath the 10,000 feet mark. This isn't some arbitrary rule, mind you. It's an established guideline known as the 250 knots rule. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's all well and good, but why does this rule exist in the first place? An excellent question, and one that we're going to explore in detail. Is it about safety? Or perhaps it has something to do with air density? Or could it even be related to noise reduction? The answers might surprise you. Are you curious to find out why this rule exists? Buckle up and let's dive into the reasons. The first key reason for this speed limit has to do with air density. Now let's dive into that. As we ascend in the sky, the air becomes less dense. This decrease in air density has a significant impact on how airplanes perform. When the air is dense, it's easier for airplanes to generate lift, the force that keeps them aloft. This is because there are more air molecules to push against the wings. However, flying faster in dense air can be a double-edged sword. The increased resistance can potentially lead to structural damage to the aircraft. Moreover, flying in denser air is less fuel efficient. The airplane has to work harder, burning more fuel to overcome the air resistance. Hence, staying within the speed limit at lower altitudes, where the air is denser, helps to optimize fuel efficiency as well. So, the speed limit helps protect the airplane from the effects of dense air, but that's not the only reason. The second major reason for this speed limit is all about safety. In the world of aviation, safety is not just a priority, it's an absolute necessity. Lower altitudes, below 10,000 feet, are a bustling hub of air traffic. It's not just the big commercial airliners soaring through these skies, but also smaller, slower aircraft. This speed limit comes into play as a great equalizer, ensuring that all aircraft, regardless of their size and speed capabilities, have a fair shot at sharing the airspace. It's like a speed bump on a busy street, making sure everyone stays within a safe speed. Moreover, this limit provides a crucial buffer, allowing more reaction time in case of an emergency. Imagine you're a pilot and suddenly there's an unexpected obstacle. That extra time could be the difference between a close call and a catastrophe. While safety is paramount, there's one more reason that might surprise you. The final reason for the speed limit below 10,000 feet is to reduce noise. Now, this might seem a bit odd at first, but it's all about the physics of sound and speed. When airplanes fly at high speeds, they create a tremendous amount of noise. This is due to the friction between the aircraft and the air, as well as the noise of the engines themselves. This cacophony can be quite disturbing for those on the ground, especially when the aircraft is flying low and close to populated areas. By flying slower, the airplane creates less friction and thus less noise. It's a bit like turning down the volume on your stereo. Not only does this make life more pleasant for those on the ground, but it also reduces the strain on the aircraft's structure caused by the intense vibrations of high-speed flight. So, the speed limit helps keep our skies safe, our airplanes intact, and our ears from ringing too much. So, why do airplanes have a speed limit below 10,000 feet? Well, we've delved into the three major reasons in our journey today. First, we learned about the role of air density. As we climb higher, the air becomes less dense, which affects the lift, drag, and engine performance of the aircraft. Second, we touched on the need for safety. The speed limit aids in avoiding mid-air collisions and gives pilots more time to react in case of emergencies. Finally, we explored the importance of noise reduction. A slower speed means less noise, and less noise means happier communities living around airports. These rules aren't just arbitrary numbers plucked from the sky. They're calculated, considered, and integral to modern aviation. They ensure that every time we take to the skies, we do so safely and responsibly. Next time you're on a flight, you'll know exactly why you're cruising at a certain speed. Until then, keep looking up and wondering about the fascinating world of aviation.